Drake has been on top of the music game for over a decade, breaking records, topping charts, and dominating the industry like no other artist. But now, a bombshell has dropped that could shake his entire legacy. Drake has been exposed for allegedly faking his own streaming numbers. Fans have always been in awe of his insane streaming stats. Every time he drops an album, the numbers go through the roof, breaking Spotify and Apple Music records within hours. His dominance seemed untouchable. But now, people are starting to question whether those numbers were ever real in the first place. Reports are surfacing that claim Drake's team may have been artificially boosting his streams, using methods that are not only questionable, but could also be straight-up fraudulent. The music industry has long been aware of streaming farms, places where bots continuously stream songs to rack up plays and push tracks up the charts. If Drake was involved in anything like this, it could be one of the biggest scandals in hip-hop history. People started suspecting something was off when certain tracks from Drake's albums were pulling in massive numbers, even when they weren't fan favorites. Songs that weren't trending on social media or getting major radio play were still charting ridiculously high, raising eyebrows. Critics started asking, was it real demand, or was something else at play? Then came the leaks. Whispers started spreading that insiders from streaming platforms had noticed unusual activity surrounding Drake's numbers. Some streams were allegedly coming from suspicious accounts, repeating the same songs over and over, even in markets where Drake's popularity isn't as strong. If this is true, it changes everything. Streaming numbers don't just determine chart positions. They influence award nominations, brand deals, and how much artists get paid. If Drake's numbers were inflated, it means he may have been getting more credit, money, and industry influence than he actually earned. His rivals are already jumping on this. Artists who have competed with Drake for the top spot are calling him out, saying this explains why it always seemed impossible to beat him. Some rappers have been vocal for years, suggesting that the industry was rigged in Drake's favor, but nobody had proof until now. Drake hasn't responded to the accusations yet, but fans are waiting. He's built his entire career on being the best, and if these allegations turn out to be true, it could damage his reputation forever. The same fans who have supported him for years might start questioning whether he ever deserved all the records he broke. The streaming era has changed the music industry completely, and fake streams have been a problem for a while. But if Drake, the biggest artist of his generation, is guilty of faking numbers, it could force the entire industry to rethink how streaming is measured. Labels, streaming platforms, and award shows might have to crack down harder to make sure artists are playing fair. There's still a lot we don't know. Was Drake directly involved, or was this something his team did without his knowledge? Were these numbers manipulated by insiders at the streaming platforms themselves? Or is this all just a rumor started by his haters? Until Drake speaks on it, the speculation will only grow. One thing is for sure, this story isn't going away anytime soon. Whether it turns out to be true or not, Drake's name is now tied to one of the biggest streaming scandals of all time. Fans and critics alike will be watching closely to see how he handles the pressure. Will he deny everything, or will he admit to something nobody ever thought he would do? The truth is coming, and when it does, the entire industry might never be the same.